So you decided to start a digital marketing agency, but now you're ready to shut it down because you can't close your first bloody deal. You're sending out all of these cold outreach messages, but it feels like you're sending them out to the void. Then you're creating content, but it feels like you're shooting your content out to a brick wall, and now you're clawing away month over month, irritated because no one wants to pay you. They don't want to pay you because you don't have the experiences, you don't have the results, and you have no case studies. And this feels like the same loop as the corporate world where someone says, I'm only hiring people that have 10 years of experience. How are you supposed to get that experience? That's what I'm going to be showing you in today's video. I'm going to show you exactly how to close your first digital marketing agency client for thousands of dollars with zero bloody case studies. This entire video is going to be a masterclass for all of you beginners. So why should you trust me? I'm the Wiz of Ecom. I've helped hundreds of beginners, conscious human beings, individually close their first client and scale to thousands of dollars on a monthly basis. I've been able to do this on a month-to-month basis because I broke down the blueprint into a 3-step process that I'll be sharing with you all in today's video. You're probably wondering, why the hell is it so easy for some people, for example, like me, to be able to close consistent deals while there's people like you gnawing away so irritated because you can't close a deal? That's what I have to break down for you all. In the past 30 days, I've been able to close 7 deals on my digital marketing agency. I have individuals who are going to be paying me month over month for us to do a specific service for them, which you're trying to do. You want that monthly recurring revenue. You want the subscription revenue, but you're stuck on phase 2, which is, okay, you know the skill, but now you need someone to actually pay you for this amount. I even have 2 more clients in the pipeline, and this is all because I mastered one of these 3 routes. This video is for complete beginners. There are 3 main routes that I'm going to recommend to you. All 3 of them work. However, all 3 of them also have a caveat. Everything when it comes to business is all about problem solving and working around whatever the caveat may be. It's the same thing as life. And we're going to go over each route. We're going to go over with route number 1 first. It's all about leveraging yourselves. So you got to become your own test monkey by getting the results for yourself. So for example, if you're going to scale your own social medias, you're going to scale your own Facebook ads, you're going to scale your own e-com brand, etc., you're going to be able to become your own case study. This is what I did. I own a digital marketing agency. I help people build their personal brands online because I was able to do it myself. Now, here's the kicker. I didn't go out start looking for the clients primarily. Clients started coming to me because I was already able to build my following base up. People understood that they can trust me. Once they started trusting me and saying, hey, he was the guinea pig here. He tested it out and it clearly freaking worked for him. Let me ask him if I can pay him to do it for me. Now imagine if I did it with more intention and I started the entire presence up and my personal brand up with the intention to close people for this offer. I would have been closing people for years before I actually launched my offer, right? The objective here is to show people that you are an expert within your specific field. You're showing people that you practice what you preach. You become your own case study that you can leverage, and you'll be able to outreach people in the future by showing people that you are your own case study and I am someone that's reputable. Building your online presence will make every outreach source and acquisition source you have 1,000 times easier. The platforms you need to obsess over are X, aka Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and TikTok. This does not mean that you need to grow on every single one of these. It means you have to pick your battles. I always prioritize Twitter, aka X. You only need a few hundred and a few thousand followers. I'm not talking about 10,000, 50,000, 100,000. I'm talking about less than 1K or 1K to 5K followers, where you're going to be able to close consistent deals by showing your work on a day-by-day basis. Next up is going to be YouTube. YouTube is one of the simplest platforms to grow on. If I show you my YouTube analytics right now, I'm not getting 100,000 views a video, but I'm getting consistent lead flow with a few hundred to a few thousand views a video. Because if you're watching this right now, you're watching this because you're a targeted, perfect prospect for whatever the offer may be. I'm not going to get someone who enjoys Mr. Beast videos watching this video. I have a very qualified list of individuals where I can teach something to you all. After that is going to be LinkedIn. LinkedIn is another great platform. You can literally duplicate your content from Twitter onto LinkedIn. Then there's Instagram and TikTok. You can be posting one reel on a daily basis. These are the platforms I generally avoid because the purchase intent is not as good. So for example, if I owned a landing page agency, I could make my entire account about breaking down other people's landing pages. Even if I have no experience making it myself or I haven't done it for a specific client, I can break down the logic of someone else's pages. I can learn from it, and I can teach other individuals. And now they're going to see that, hey, you understand the psychology of landing pages. You understand what makes something convert. And now people are going to reach out to you to make their landing pages for them. If I was doing a Twitter agency, I could show examples of great Twitter accounts and use them to grow my following. For example, Shane Hummus, he's a client of ours on my agency, right? He scaled his YouTube channel to $300,000 a month himself for his own offer. So he decided to create an offer around how he built his presence to 800,000 subscribers. And now he's saying, hey, I can help you do the same because I was the guinea pig. It worked for me. Another one is Jordan Bazuzzi, another client of mine. He scaled his marketing agencies to $220,000 a month before teaching other people how to do it and saying, hey, I can teach you how to do the exact same. And now the beauty about these is these guys have practiced what they preach, and now they're going to be able to use their own social accounts or their own businesses to be able to get other individuals to trust them. They're the guinea pig. That's their case study. Everything we're obsessed with as a beginner is getting case studies because people have no idea who you are. People have no reason to trust you. And all you need to be doing as a beginner is compile as many case studies as bloody possible. Route number 2 now is going to be about making use of your sphere of influence. This is a concept that people in the real estate industry use that you guys should be applying here. A sphere of influence is you have a friend group, that friend group has a friend group, and that friend group has a friend group. That first initial sphere is going to give you access to other groups and other spheres of individuals that you can leverage. See, as a beginner, all that matters for you is to gather as many case studies, like I just said, as possible. And most people aren't going to trust you. If you're going to do some cold outreach, if you're going to run paid ads, if you have no results to show, people are going to say, okay, well, he's just talking out of his bum. And that's not going to convert for you. For you to actually close a deal, you should be leveraging the people around you. And everyone's always like, but like I don't know anybody and no one's going to want to pay me. That's BS. And let me explain why. You guys all know these names. You probably heard of Dan Coe. You probably heard of Coldie My Wizard, Cardinal Mason, and Fit Founder. I've got all 4 of these guys hopping on my podcast next week. And how is that possible? I reached out to them, but I'm not paying them. I'm not doing some crazy freaking favor for any of them. I'm not selling my soul. But Dan Coe has 300,000 followers. He across everything has 350,000 followers. He has over 1 million followers. He has over 2 million followers. All of these individuals are high profile individuals. Why would I be able to get them onto my podcast when I've never hosted a podcast before? Well, it's because I didn't network with them. I'm not idiotic. I'm not inauthentic. I'm not opportunistic. I made friends with them years ago. I started my Twitter account at the same time that these guys all started. Dan Coe and I were in group chats with each other for like 2,000 followers each. Mason was a student of mine. He paid me for an 8-week consulting program. Coldie My Wizard and I were scaling our businesses side by side. And Dan Coe, I've been to his bloody house because I worked on friendships. I have friends that I've made that I can now ask for help with. And that's what you need to be able to do. Look at your sphere of influence and work on a high IQ, genuine, authentic conversations to make friends with people. You want to find people you already know who might be running a business, or ask if they know anyone who is running a business. Alternatively, you can go to something called a third place. So a third place is if you have your primary place, which is your home, your secondary place is your work. Your third place might be a coffee shop, and you're constantly going there. You made yourself known. You built your presence up there. You start speaking to the employees and managers, and you can pitch to them. You tell them you want to do something for free. And I know this is going to piss so many of you off. Why free? Because people don't trust you. People have no idea who the hell you are. People don't know why they should pay you. And you got to ask yourself this. If you were a business owner and I came to you and I said, I have zero experience, but I want to help you out with Instagram, but I want you to pay me $3,000 a month, you would laugh at my face. Of course you would. That's the only logical thing. You have to understand that people are only going to trust you after you deliver the results. I keep repeating this point because it's so freaking vital. You're going to work for free for someone, or you can take performance, which is after you make them a specific amount of money, you'll take a percentage of that revenue. So if you know 10 people who knows 10 people, that's 100 potential prospects. And you're not trying to pitch anyone right away. You're going to go in, you're going to start a conversation, you're going to ask questions about what they're building, you're going to identify problems through their questions, and then offer a great solution or service. For example, you're going to go to your coffee shop, and then you're going to talk to the owner, start a conversation. People love talking about themselves. Ask how business is going. Ask how they're trying to scale. Ask what they're struggling with and identify those problems. When you identify them, you're going to be able to pitch your service. The final route, it's not something I'm going to touch up on crazy, but before I do, if you want to learn how to actually build your online presence, if you want to learn anything about the third route, if you want to learn how to start generating leads consistently without being charged an arm and a leg, then click the link in the description. I created this platform called the Utopia. It's every resource and asset you will ever need as a beginner to scale to $10,000 a month and beyond. I've done this with countless people. If you want to be the next individual without paying an arm and a leg, you can join the Utopia and get access to everything you'll ever need for $1.50 a day. With that being said, let's go into route number 3. Route number 3 is the cold outreach route. Cold outreach is literally what it says in the name. You are reaching people who have no idea who you are. The lead, the potential prospect is so freaking cold. They don't know you, they don't trust you, but they do have a problem that they're trying to solve that you can go and solve for them. So cold outreach is just a numbers game. If you send 1,000 emails a day, you might get 100 opens, 10 responses, and 1 book call. And you're going to use softwares that already has the list of people that you can outreach, and there's software that's automatically going to help you send out those emails. You just have to write out specific scripts, right? You're going to cold outreach, you're going to send cold DMs, and cold calls are okay, but it's not really the best route to go, and these two are going to be the best route. Now, if you guys have any questions about any of these, just comment it down below, and I'm going to go ahead and answer anything that you need. Otherwise, guys, I think that is it for today's video. If you guys want help closing your first freaking paying client, then check out the Utopia, and I'll see you guys inside.